Let me discuss today about the transformation of Jibankrishna into universal man through five seats of the body. Thousands of years ago, Chandogya Upanishad has mentioned about the universal man thus. Verily indeed, you hear it forth, knowing this universal Atma not soul as if something separate. He, however, who reverences this universal Atman, that is of the measure of the span, earth to heaven, that is from foot to cerebrum of a human being. Thus, to be measured by thinking of oneself, he eats food in all worlds, in all beings, in all selves. How Jibankrishna was transformed into universal man was clearly stated by him. The process of transformation of the five seats from one into another takes place. From the human body, the light power separates, comes up, accumulates, and transforms into mental plane with pure faculty of seeing God's light in him as well as in the outer world. This transformation goes on till it turns into bliss. It is emanation and manifestation of God with attributes in the body. There are seven planes, which are the seats of these five seats, and each plane has got its separate manifestation and realization of God in the body. It cannot be seen by vivisection. It can be visualized in Bhagavati Tanu or the causal body, the human form which grows within the body, and it is made of God's light. Pranamaya kosha or the seat has got three planes: organ of generation, organ of evacuation at the navel. In case of Pranamaya kosha, Sri Ramakrishna says, when water oozes out from the Aleklata, an invisible creeper, and gets into the abdomen, then a tree grows. He said in such a manner that nobody understands. Can you say why he has not mentioned about the plains, and what does he mean by the tree? What I have written about this meaning is such: God without any form, that is Nirguna Brahma, the Absolute, lying in and through the body, has entwined it like an invisible creeper. He, out of sheer mercy, releases himself from the body and percolates in the right side of the abdomen. It is seen, it looks like light bluish gurgling water mingled with peaceful sparkling moonbeams, and I saw it within my body. Then comes Monomaya Kosha, seat comprising of the fourth plane, heart. About the experience in this plane, Sri Ramakrishna said that Goddess Kali showed him that every article, including the door space, steps, ceilings, etc., had been saturated with God's light. But why no other people saw it? There were about 100 maids in the temple, and the villagers also used to come to the temple, but none saw it. Were all of them blind? On a higher sphere, we shall get its real meaning. Through my own consciousness, I shall see the world in divine consciousness. I have written my experiences thus. This is the first plane where God's light is manifested and seen. On whatever side you may turn your eyes, you will find God's light pervading everything coming within you. For instance, you turn your eyes and gaze at the branch of a tree, and your eyes will meet the light like molten silver or mercury pervading the branch. Then comes Vijnanmaya Kosha, seat comprising the fifth plane, the sixth plane, and portion of the seventh plane. In Vijnanmaya Kosha springs up the consciousness of the real self, and it is revealed who I am. God releases himself from the body and undergoing several kinds of transformations ultimately takes the form of Atma. The seer, having all the sportive forms of God in his own body, becomes conscious that he is not body but he is Atma. The fifth plane has its seat in the throat. What I have mentioned about its manifestation and realization within me, the seer will see himself that his body is transformed into half woman and half man. The lower portion is woman and the upper portion is man. The condition lasts for 2 to 3 minutes. It happens in broad daylight and the seer sees it. This realization makes the seer conscious that Atma is neither a woman nor a man. This is the first condition when animal passion commences to evaporate from the body. God is in the body. He releases himself from the body, assumes the form of half woman and half man, and makes you see this with eyes wide open in broad delight. The location of the sixth plane is the middle of the two eyebrows of the forehead. What I have recorded about my experiences, from the eyes comes out two small circles, half-inch in diameter and having the surface covered with God's light. They rise upwards to the eyebrows and stop there. They unite, become one and vanish. In no time a single circle appears in their place. Now, the circle in it bears the insignia of knowledge, such as a small Buddha in meditation. And the image of Buddha indicates the realizations to come in seventh plane. This circle is called the Jnana Netra, third eye or eye of knowledge. At the gate to the entrance of the seventh plane, Sahasrara, the living form of an exquisitely beautiful young lady is seen. She is the image of mysterious Maya. Maya is the goddess who keeps a man in separation from God. It is broad daylight. The seer is lying flat on his bed with eyes wide open. He sees the lady. Her complexion is light blue, but shining just like a bluish pansy. Her apparel is of the color of the sky. At the end of her nose, on one side there is a small gem fixed. Her gaze is bent and fixed on the ground. The thumb of the right hand is placed in the middle of her eyebrows. She is dancing. The dance is of very slow motion, but charmingly rhythmical. She seems to be made of joy and bliss. This joy and bliss come down from her body and flood the earth. Her bent and fixed gaze reveals that she is the keeper of the mystery of this human life. All kinds of realizations on the way to seeing and becoming God are but vivisection of this Maya. The supreme knowledge of Brahmagyan lies in solving the mystery of life and death. The next realization is in the seventh plane, but it has been mentioned grossly. My experience was beyond this plane, and I have recorded it 13 years back. A hanging silken curtain was seen, and beyond it, the aurora with a rising sun. Next comes visualization of God. This is seen in the seventh plane. The life power of the Blessed One or the Samprasada reaches the seventh plane. Here God is seen. It is called the Triputi or the threefold. This is the very trinity of the Christianity. This Triputi, threefold stage in the cerebrum or the seventh plane has got three different phases. They are 1. Jnana, the knowledge. That is the personified giver of the knowledge. He is nobody else but the very person who came down from the Brahmapura or the cerebrum, or if for the first time he appears now, then he is an unknown one. But the second one is very defective, as this experience is very weak and it is reckoned and accepted in the Vedas. 2. Gaya, the object to be known. This object is nothing else but God Himself. 3. Gyata, that means the knower. A limitless ocean of light, very pleasing one, very soothing one, as if an ocean of charm. Over this ocean, or one side, stands the person who came down from the Brahmapura or the cerebrum. He takes up his right hand, stretches the forefinger, points to a thumb-like appearance, but marked and encircled by a very delicate line of bluish light over the ocean of the light, and speaks, "This is God, this is seeing of the God." Within the thumb-like appearance, the knower and the object to be known are both combined. The knower sees everything and hears everything from within the thumb-like appearance. Now the person of the Brahmapura melts in it. Then the consciousness of the Blessed One comes back, and each and every iota of the scene and occurrence is remembered. And up to the date, it is vividly evergreen in his memory. No more it is confined to the blessed individual, but furthermore, the Blessed One has become transformed into the Supreme One. His stage is the sixth plane, that is the causal body or the Vijnanmaya Kosha in each and every member of the human race. The Vedic law runs thus: Sena Rupena Ovinispaddate. And again in the Brahma Sutra, Sampadda Avirbhava, the translation comes to this. The proof of the attainment of this Brahmahood will be corroborated by the appearance in the very form made of the light of God of the attainer in the innumerable people. Chandogya Upanishad points out that not even 20,000 hold him, but he is the boundless and limitless. The attainer of the Brahmahood will be seen by numberless people within their own bodies. The attainer himself will also see almost all within himself, whosoever will come in contact with him. The attainer of the Brahmahood clarifies and bears proof of the aphorism one is all and all is one. The translation of the Vedic stanza is this: thousands will see him within themselves, and he shall see thousands within him. This is the peculiar characteristic of the Parama Brahma or the Supreme Being and nothing else. This is the most mysterious feature of the miracle, as it is nothing but the most insurmountable miracle for one man to be seen by myriads of men as long as he lives. Every human being has got an innate Brahmahood within him. Sometimes this Brahmahood unfolds itself and bears its proof. You have become universal, and the truth is perennial one as spoken in the Vedas.